not have an understanding of the importance of this day, and that is why we make this attempt today. To better teach our students, we at Explore have attempted to educate our students through several classroom experiences and this program. Last year, our very own Nurse Betty Ketterling gave our speech. It was great to see someone of all of our students knew and respected to speak to our students at the program. This year, our own Mrs. Martin's husband, Chris, will honor us with his speech. Chris is a father of two, including Anna in kindergarten here at Explore. This is Mr. Martin's 19th year in the Army National Guard. He served all of us and a friend to many of us. With that, I am honored to introduce Chris Martin as our 2011 Veterans Day speaker.
Good afternoon. What a great turnout I see. Thank you, Mr. Muskie, for inviting me. When he emailed me a couple weeks ago and said, would you come and speak about Veterans Day, I was very honored to come in here and do this. And so it's going to be very quick, very brief. I don't like to talk a lot. I just want to kind of go over what Veterans Day is. And in order to do that, I'm going to need a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer? How many kind? It was very, very kind of them. What's your name, young man? Connor? Okay, what's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, all right. You guys know what you're volunteering for? And now that's just it. What is a veteran? A veteran is someone who serves in war or they served a very long time in the military. Now, what different branches of the military are there? Do you know? Okay. Okay, there's the Army. There's definitely the Army. What other branches are there? How many other branches do we have? Yes, young man. Air Force. Good. What's another one, young lady? Navy. Good. I've got a brother in the Navy. Go Navy. Yes, young lady. The Marines. You bet. My dad was a Marine. So, what other branches do we have? I haven't heard it yet. Someone just yell it out. Coast Guard. You can't. Don't forget about the Coast Guard. What else? National Guard, go National Guard. That's part of the Army and the Air Guard. And the Air Force. You bet. And there's also the Merchant Marines. So, all right. And for all those who served in different positions, a veteran is a very special thing because they volunteered. Many of them volunteered nowadays. Some did not have a lucky choice to do that back in the day. But for the most part, nowadays we all have a volunteer service. And so, I want to start off by doing something kind of weird here. Anyone recognize this? What is this? Beans. Can of beans. You guys want to eat a can of beans? Oh, I'm going to open it up right now. I got a can open right here. Looks good, right? You guys want to bite? You don't want to bite? Not quite? Alright. Well, you guys go ahead and have a seat with Mr. Martin. Thank you very much. Everyone give another round of applause. Anyone else want to come up here and try to bite a can of beans? Young man, come on up. Want to bite? Whose class are you in? Mr. Frederick, okay, wonderful. What's your name? Austin. All right. Austin's going to try to bite beans. Go ahead and try to bite beans. Shoot up good. Pretty good? Not too bad. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Thanks, Austin. Not bad. All right. How many people wouldn't eat just beans? How many just eat just beans? I mean, who does that, right? Who does that? Let me tell you a little bit of story of why I did that. Those are delicious. Honey, we're having chili today. Grab some hamburgers, right? Oh, I got to chew it. Not to let you talk with your mouth full. So, the reason why I did this is talk about sacrifice. Every veteran in this room has sacrificed. Every family member of a veteran in this room have sacrificed. What does it mean to sacrifice? What does it mean to sacrifice? Yes, young man. To give up something, he says. All right, good. That's exactly, it doesn't get any better than that. To give up something. What are some things that you guys sacrifice?
If I was to sacrifice my time for something, I'm giving up my time. So excellent definition. Many years ago, before my grandfather, who served in the Pacific Ocean, he served on a small island in the Pacific Ocean, and he had seen combat. They had been attacked at one occasion. He never really talked about the war. Never talked about it with any family members, really. And when I got back from Iraq, he and I were driving in the car. And my grandfather says to me, just starts talking, out of the blue, just starts talking. He says, you know, I remember I got in trouble a lot, and I had to go on KP. What's KP? Remember what KP is? Kitchen patrol, that's right. You have to do dishes. It's not very fun. And so he goes, I'd have to go do dishes a lot. And I would help all the supply ships that come in, because they're on a small little island. All these ships would come in, and they would unpack all the supplies. They'd get mail, they'd get food and everything else. And they would take all these supplies of beans. They got boxes and boxes of beans, and they were horrible. They were hideous. They were, unlike today's quality, these were not very good quality beans, but they were food. And they didn't like them, so they stacked them up in this corner of a warehouse on this small little island. And my father-in-law says, so here we kept stacking up these beans and beans and beans, and for months, we just had beans. And no one had touched them, they just sat in the corner. But he says, then we started getting attacked, or our supply ships started getting attacked. There were submarines that were attacking the supply ships, and the ships would sink. And all their mail would be gone. All their food would be gone. All the supplies that they need would be gone. There's no replacement. So they would wait for another supply ship. Well, he says, for a long time, their supplies started running down. So guess what they started eating? That's exactly right. They opened up these cans of beans that they put in the corner that they didn't even want to touch, didn't even want to look at. And they started eating these beans. And he says, Chris, for 17 days for breakfast, we had beans. 17 days for lunch, we had meat. For supper, for 17 days, guess what they had? Oh, you guys are quick, I'm not going to lie to you. Elementary staff, you guys are doing a great job. So he says, all we had were beans, 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 beans. He goes, you can imagine what kind of tootin' orchestra we had by the end of that 17 days. And it's a funny story that here they had all these things, and they could be, they could be eating lavishly at home. They could have been, playing Xbox. Not back then, but, people are playing Xbox nowadays. They didn't have any of that. They were literally saving the world back then, and they were giving up all sorts of things. They were giving up being from their family. Some veterans didn't see their families for years. My wife's grandfather spent 4 years in Europe and didn't see his wife once. Might have gotten a letter one time every 6 months from her. And so it's important to remember that the sacrifice that our veterans make to serve our country is to protect our way of life, is to protect what we do and what we believe in as a country. And so my reminder to you students today is to honor the flag, honor your country, honor your veterans who defend our country and the rights and the way that we live. And so, be proud of who you are. I don't want to see ever students, like when they say the Pledge of Allegiance, they're like, no, it's the allegiance to the flag and America, and a little bit of this. And I see that every once in a while in the classrooms, because I'm one of the tech guys in the district. I want you to stand up proud when you say the Pledge of Allegiance. Because what do you really know? Not right now. Not right now. When you say it in the morning, you should stand proud. Look at that red, white, and blue. Look at the stars and stripes. And be proud that you live in a country that gives you a lot of freedoms. And just remember that the people who gave you those freedoms are our veterans. And with that, I would like to thank you all. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the Veterans Day. And thank you to all the current veterans who are currently here. And so thank you very much, and have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Munson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martin. And with that, our student council has a presentation.
We are so excited that you are here to help us celebrate Veterans Day. We would like to share some information about this special day so that everyone understands what this day truly means.
There are 2 holidays when American men and women who served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard.
One holiday is named Memorial Day. This day honors people in the military who have died by serving and protecting our country.
The other holiday is Veterans Day, which is what we are celebrating today. A veteran is someone who has served in the armed forces as well as today. On Veterans Day, Americans honor and thanks veterans for serving in the armed forces during times of war and peace.
Veterans Day is observed as a national holiday on November 11th because this is the day World War I ended.
We are going to play the Armed Forces melody and play a slideshow. When you hear the song,